Good afternoon, everyone. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you to the installation ceremony for Postmaster Sam Reed, who stands to be Denver's 35th Postmaster. Sam is here today with his family, his wife Dorothy, his children Samantha, Kalea, and Andrew, his parents Paula and Curtis, and his Aunt Mona. I also want to welcome the many postal employees and friends of Sam, who are as well as members of the Denver community. Also here is Kevin Romero, the Colorado-Wyoming District Manager, and USPS Area Vice President, Mr. Greg Griggs. I would also like to extend a welcome to some special guests. Representing the Denver Mayor Michael is Murphy Robinson, Executive Director, General Services. And Colorado State Representative Chris Hansen. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the March of the Colors presented by the U.S. Marine Corps Color Guard and remain standing for the national anthem, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. March on the colors. Forward, march. Ready? Go. Oh, sing that happy, all the dawn's early light. What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red there, the hosts were singing. It proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner and wave. Oh, the land of the free and the hope of the brave. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Carry, cut. Ready, cut. Post the colors. Ready, take. Forward, march. You may be seated. Our thanks to the U.S. Marine Corps Color Guard and the Monticello Honor Choir, led by Director of Choirs Tamara Reed, and to Customer Relations Coordinator Suzette Perry Rogers for leading us in the pledge. I want to welcome Father Andrew of St. Vincent de Paul Parish in Denver, who will lead us in our invocation.
You may remain seated. I took this prayer with a little liberty from something I found on the internet, and I'm not sure if it's copyrighted. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. A Postmaster's Prayer. Holy Lord God, may everything we do be done first class, and print your love in our hearts as a divine postal code, so that we may never be lost. Provide in your gracious providence special handling for those of us who are fragile, and keep us in one piece. We have been signed, sealed, stamped, and delivered in your image and likeness, so that the dignity of human life may be seen as being holy. We beg you to keep us in your care as we go about our appointed rounds. And when our life draws to a close, and when we are marked return to sender, that God may be there to greet us at heaven's door. May we never hear unknown at this address, for your children know your loving rest. Bless our new postmaster as he takes up his duties. Let God's grace guide his decisions, so God's holy will may always be done. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Father. I want to again welcome the Monticello High Honor Choir and Director Reed. They will sing for us Fanfare for a Festival. Thank you for your gift of music. We're gathered today to celebrate the installation of Sam Reed, the new postmaster of Denver, Colorado. I first met Sam way back in 1999. I was on an associate supervisor program at the ASP Review Board, and Sam was one of the applicants. I remember being very impressed with this young man's preparedness and the energy he brought to this interview. Needless to say, Sam was selected for that program. Over the course of the next several years, Sam and I ended up working together at the North Las Vegas, Henderson, and finally the Las Vegas Post Office, where for the past 5 years or so, he served as my manager of customer service operations. Largely due to Sam's hard work and teachings, the Las Vegas Post Office was consistently among the leaders in both service and efficiency. Sam and I did go through good times and some not so good times. We spent a lot of hours working together on solutions to challenges, sometimes in the early hours of the day and and sometimes into the very late hours of the night. However, Sam never got down on himself, never laid blame to others. Instead, he would dig in to find a solution to our challenge, and he usually found it. I continue to watch Sam evolve as a leader and a teacher. He would teach others to find solutions to their challenges. It was this kind of determination that made me admire him even more and more. Today, I feel like a proud papa as I see Sam receive this great honor. He will make all of you proud as well. The title Postmaster carries with it both a noble heritage and a vital responsibility. Originally, the word postmaster was referred to as the one that provides post horses. According to the Oxford Dictionary, postmaster means master of the post, the officer who has charge or direction of the post. William Penn established Pennsylvania's first post office in 1683. However, the real beginnings of the postal system dated back to 1692, when Thomas Neal received a 21-year grant from the British Crown authorizing him to set up post roads in North America. In 1737, Benjamin Franklin was appointed postmaster of Philadelphia. He laid out new post roads, helped expand mail service from Canada to New York, and it instituted overnight delivery from Philadelphia to New York City, a distance of 90 miles. In 1774, Franklin was dismissed from office because of his efforts on behalf of the Patriots. When the Continental Congress met in May of 1775, they named Franklin as Postmaster General for the 13 American colonies. From 1775 until the early 1800s, postmasters were appointed by the Postmaster General. In 1836, postmasters were appointed by the President, but of course that would change whenever a new party was elected into office. It was not until August of 1970, with the signing of the Postal Reorganization Act, which went into effect in July of 1971, that the patronage system was finally removed from the Postal Service once and for all. And postmasters began being appointed on merit alone. The Act also permitted upward mobility for craft employees, allowing them to be promoted to the position of postmaster. Along the way, there have been several famous individuals who have served as postmaster. In 1833, Abraham Lincoln was appointed postmaster of New Salem, Illinois. Other notable individuals who served as postmaster included abolitionist John Brown, businessman Conrad Hilton, novelist William Faulkner, and humorist Bill Nye. Postmaster Sam Reed continues this proud heritage. Now please welcome to the podium Senator Irene Aguilar, MD, a member of the Colorado State Senate. She has represented Colorado's 32nd district since 2011, a district that includes the city of Denver. Dr. Aguilar, welcome.
Thank you so much, and allow me to take a moment to welcome you to your house. This is the people's house, the people of Colorado, the Colorado legislature, and I am one of the 100 members and honored to be here to serve you. I am also honored to be here today, in addition to welcoming you to our capital, to thank Postmaster Sam Reed for his willingness to serve the people of the city and county of Denver. I was pleased to learn how long we have had post offices in the United States and how at one point they actually had been part of the federal government. I think you probably do better now being authorized as an independent agency of the United States, but that's a political statement. But I think that the work that the post office does is really important, and in replacing our our current postmaster, Sam Reed, will follow in the footsteps of such luminary Coloradans as Silver King Horace Tabor and former Denver Mayor Benjamin Stapleton. And now that I know that he is moving here from Las Vegas, I know that he will find Colorado a very warm and welcoming place, but a not hot place, and a wonderful place to raise his family, and I'm honored to be here for this most memorable ceremony. I do have to say that I actually am blessed to have a postmaster in my family. My nephew is a postmaster in Oak Brook, Illinois. And so I am honored at the responsibilities that this professional is asked to complete, and I'm grateful that he will be here to serve us here in the city and county of Denver. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Aguilar. We look to continue this long and storied partnership. I want to ask State Representative Chris Hansen to come forward for a presentation to Postmaster Sam Reed.
Well, let me also extend the welcome to your state capital. It's great to be here with my state senator, Senator Irene Aguilar. I also represent Denver, the House District 6, which is the east central part of town from Wash Park to Lowry. And I'm very pleased to be part of the ceremony today to present a tribute that we passed this morning in the House of Representatives, presented to the new postmaster of the city of Denver, Mr. Sam Reed, and great congratulations and thank you from your colleagues in the House of Representatives. Thank you.
I would like to invite Mr. Kevin Romero, the Colorado-Wyoming District Manager. Mr. Romero oversees postal operations in both Colorado and Wyoming, with approximately 650 facilities and more than 11,500 employees. Welcome to the podium.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Sam, the city of Denver delivers almost 523,000 deliveries. If you think about that, 500,000 deliveries. The city of Denver understands responsibility just in the city alone. Over 1,500 employees. He's got 1,500 employees he's responsible for. And he does a great job at that. He's being installed as the 35th postmaster of Denver. 35. That's not a lot. That's a pretty elite group of folks, being one of 35. The very first postmaster back in the day was a gentleman by the name of Henry Allen. Henry Allen was raised his right hand in 1859. That's quite a long tradition here in Denver of having great postmasters. The senator mentioned several of some of the more famous people, the streets that are named after, the buildings that are named after previous postmasters here. It's quite an honor to be a postmaster. A lot of times that title carries far more weight than the district manager even does. Most people recognize the postmaster as the leader, and truly which they are, of this great city of Denver. So I'd like to welcome Sam as part of the third member of my executive team. He's a great leader, and Sam, thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. I would now like to invite to the stage Mr. Greg Graves, who is the USPS Western Area Vice President. In his area of responsibility, he oversees postal operations for more than 2 million miles of the western United States, which includes 49 million customers and 104,000 employees. Mr. Graves will conduct the installation on behalf of the Postmaster General.
Our elected representatives too. I appreciate the comments, and as you serve us, we gladly serve you, so thank you very much. Today is a very special day for me because today I get the honor and the privilege to be able to install the Postmaster of my hometown. I was born here in Denver, Colorado, and I love this city, I love this state, and it's very special for me to have that privilege to be able to install Sam. So today, Sam's going to enter into the executive ranks. And as a senior operations manager, he had an incredible amount of responsibility, and that comes up now to the next level, to the executive level, and he's earned that privilege. He's a phenomenal performer. I first met him when I was a district manager in Las Vegas, Nevada Sierra District, and he was a young guy that was just really full of energy, great ideas, and enthusiasm. He was contagious. I really enjoyed being around Sam, and as I moved around through the years and he progressed through the years, I'd often think about him and wonder how things were going, check in with him from time to time. So imagine my great surprise when the district manager, Kevin Romero, wanted Sam for the Postmaster of Denver. Now, it didn't take any convincing for me. I was definitely on board with that because he's a phenomenal performer and he's going to serve this city very, very well. As I was talking to him before the ceremony began, I said, you're such a talented person. You're probably not going to be here for a whole lot of time, but you'll definitely move up. And there's obviously opportunity even here within the state because our regional office or our area office is right here in Denver. So it's my distinct honor to ask Sam's wife, Dorothy, to step forward with his Bible and ask his children to come join us up here on the stage. And Sam, if you would join me for the oath of office.
I, Saman Reed,
Sam Reed,
do solemnly swear that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
and that I bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
and that I bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
I will accept this obligation freely
I will accept this obligation freely
and without mental reservation.
and without mental reservation.
I will conduct myself in the highest possible manner,
I will conduct myself in the highest possible manner,
so that I will not bring disrepute on myself
so that I will not bring disrepute to myself
or the Postal Service and its employees.
or the Postal Service and its employees.
I will not engage in any actions
I will not engage in any actions
that will cause the public to lose confidence
that will cause the public to lose confidence
in the integrity of the Postal Service,
in the integrity of the Postal Service,
nor will I engage in any discriminating actions.
nor will I engage in any discriminating actions.
I will truly and accurately account for,
I will truly and accurately account for,
pay overall money belonging to the Postal Service,
pay overall money belonging to the Postal Service,
which may come into my possession or control,
which may come into my possession or control,
and further, I will not use said monies
I will not use said monies
or postal property for my personal gain.
or postal property for my personal gains.
I will faithfully and conscientiously perform all duties
I will faithfully and conscientiously perform all duties
required of me
required of me
in the operation of the office
in the operations of the office
of which I am about to enter.
of which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Now, on behalf of the Postmaster General, Megan Brennan, I hereby authorize and empower Sam Reed, Postmaster, Denver, Colorado, to execute and fulfill the duties of the said office according to the laws of the United States and postal regulations, to have and to hold this office with all entitled rights and compensation subject to the conditions prescribed by the law and postal regulations. This certifies my special trust and confidence in your intelligence, diligence, discretion, and ability to perform the duties of this office. Sam is moving from the rank of Senior Operations Manager to Executive Postmaster. Know all who shall see these presents greetings, knowing that reposing special trust in the confidence, fidelities, and abilities of Sam Reed, I do appoint him Postmaster, Denver, Colorado.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 35th Postmaster, Sam Reed.
This concludes the installation ceremony, and I want to thank you all for coming. Please feel free to partake in the refreshment area just outside the doors as you leave, and there you can greet Postmaster Sam Reed as well. But Mr. Reed, I'm sorry, needs to speak, and I spoke out. He's used to be cutting him off, and I did it again. What an exciting day, isn't it? It is certainly an honor to stand here. First and foremost, I thank Mr. Graves, Mr. Romero. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you very much. And of course, it is indeed an honor to take the oath of office before an audience filled with family, friends, and fellow employees. I want to thank the postal leadership that's here. Thank you for coming today. The men and women who have entrusted in me with this responsibility, I will do everything in my power to live up to the expectations. And to the community of Denver and users of the mail, I take my oath very seriously, and with great responsibility, I am committed to providing excellent service. I wanted this job because I think I can make a difference in the organization, in our employees, and how we serve our community. My career started 2 decades ago in 1998 when I put on that carrier satchel and delivered my first letter in Las Vegas, Nevada. Phew, it was hot. Along the way, I had many people encourage me, challenge me, and believe in me. Craig Colton, who is our master of ceremonies, wanted to cut me off, was one of those really influential leaders. And it was an honor for him to be here today to be my master of ceremonies. Thank you, sir. As I look out to the audience, I see many of those leaders in the room today who also had a hand in molding me as a leader today. So I want to say thank you as well. I am here because of a few key people in my life. And you see them here on the far right-hand side, my beautiful family, my wife Dorothy, my daughter Samantha, and Kalea, my son Andrew Reed. Thank you for your love and your encouragement. I want to thank my parents, Curtis Reed, Paula Reed, who gave me values, structure, and always believed in me. In the audience, I have my Aunt Mona, who's in Jacob. And I have family and friends that are here from Las Vegas, going all the way back to Texas. Thank you for coming today. I learned quickly in my career that a manager is only as good as his or her employees. I am surrounded by many great postal employees in the city of Denver and in Colorado, Wyoming district. Postal employees who care about the organization and care about the level of service we provide to our customers.
I am surrounded by a great support staff, managers that are here, and my operations manager. I am committed to creating a positive work environment for all employees, an environment that sets high standards, that recognizes outstanding performance, and everyone is treated with respect. I have been blessed with a great family and good friends. A day doesn't go by that I don't give thanks for their influence in my life. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for coming and sharing this special day. Thank you.
I think this is the part where I say thank you. And I do appreciate it. Thank you for coming. I know Sam appreciates it. His family does. It was a very, very excellent service, and one that hopefully you'll remember as much as Sam does. As I mentioned earlier, there'll be refreshments outside the door, and you can meet with Postmaster Sam Reed out there as well. Thank you again.